Okay, put on here 25 cents. You cannot buy a 25 cents nail and hang up a picture of your girlfriend inside there. You have to go and buy one of them expensive sticky hooks for $5, $10, $15 to put a picture up of your girlfriend. No nails in the wall.
Why you put a nail in my wall for
no nails in the wall.
But not your own.
I give you a house of $400,000 to put a nail in my wall.
Pie, not your pie. If you decide you build your money and to put up a picture at your home, you whatever that pleases you.
Apartment, there's so much controversy about.
No. You cannot have nails in the wall. You cannot fix the plumbing. No pets. No shop. Don't sell nothing.
But besides that, okay, let's think of things. Let's watch these apartments down Buffer State and Louisville there. Those Louisville there, them pot workers. I build some of them and Louisville there. And if you watch some of those Louis today, you'll never see that are there. Because PCs, them people are on their building, they have their yard. My boy, that is a government that care about the people. You empower people. But when you put that pack caution, we boy, a pack caution apartment is living in a pack caution.
But it's not just that. That's in a rural community.
But apartment.
Because he's one of them in it.
You check
in
me.
Rural community.
Use one of them are telling me
that kind of a magic, man.
They beat me today. I have to let them man know what kind of person I be. Do I think come here and try to he hold me my foot and which fucking news? Let me go on the news, boy. Let me go on the fucking news. Let them know. Michael Scotland is my name, and my son beat me today, and I decided I'll kill one of them. Wash my face, Michael Scotland. You hear me? And I tried to cut my son's neck tonight because they tried to kill me. Put it on the fucking TV tomorrow morning. The mother, I don't tell them. I don't tell them.
Cool on. Calm down.
All you so humble, man.
I don't tell you that.
That's the one. The only time I can stop is one kill one and one will stop family. Every day, man. Let's go back to our program.
All you want me on the news? I want to go on the news. Let everybody know who is Michael Scotland.
No, we are not.
The mother.
Small interruption, some family matters and family ties.
Anyway, folks,
domestic
problem in the country, people want to hear.
Domestic violence.
See, we're out on the streets, son. Yeah, shit is really.
That's not matter in the studio.
Yeah.
No, that
one is really
live show.
Breaking news. No acting in that. That's not Hollywood. This one there is a symmetry.
Yeah,
live on the streets of Charlotte.
When I go home, I take in my phone off internet. Drive
But delete, not the whole no right.
This is the culture of poverty. So that is the kind of things we try to do. These are the type of things we have to improve the education, to improve the whole way people deal with one another. So you see, we see it here, it affecting us. It's not like we're not affecting us. So we see it in our face every day.
That's the reason why we have to stand there.
So it's all these type of things that happen in our society. We have to stand up and try to find a way to deal with those situations. What this present administration is not doing. We check. I mean, we in the city there, so on. These situations are very common. Very all too common.
They common in many, not in the city, in many parts of the island.
Well, yeah, it's true. Not just the city, that is true right now. Because sometimes you're watching the news, brother, killing, bro. Okay,
and given our spate of violence this year,
Yeah, this year it on a
So,
I tell you, that is the problem when you see the economy is messed up. When man making money, man not have time for problem.
no boy, problem.
You understand me? For young men to be making problem with their father, that is to show the kind of stress and frustration that in the minds of the young people.
You understand?
This is the thing we just be talking about every day. They cannot have minimum wage you have people looking for. They cannot do nothing for themselves. They cannot see no way of enriching themselves. Too much poverty, Rasta.
Lack of opportunity.
Crime, one violence that will bring this.
And then the educational level too, people don't. When a man not educated and don't know how to deal with certain situations,
It's another problem.
you have two people not on them level, then you find that.
Yes, sir. Election not there.
So that is right here, look what we're seeing it live. So situations. You check, we have to fix the education system, we have to fix the country, we have to reform, we have a lot of things to do.
We have to bring back merit to Dominica.
Yeah, man.
Merit.
Yo, and them is the same set of children that go through the same universal education we're talking about things that want to even kill their father today.
Yeah, the same, like the first
same problem we're talking about. We're just addressing the problem. Look it in our face one time, but at the first
like the first settlement.
we see the problem of it today now, my brother.
Well, people, we know the issues we facing out there.
Just talking
We
about-
know where the issues stemming from. We know.
Instead you get a graduate in all, you getting an idiot in all. You mean they want to kill their own parents now, you know, man.
We know where our cancer is in Dominica, and we know what we have to do. But we have to look within ourselves as a people. Yes, all of us out there not perfect, but we clearly can see what clearly is affecting all of us on a daily basis in Dominica. What is causing our society to degenerate into a position where all of us are frustrated, where the majority of us are unhappy. We know where it stems from. And we the people have to find within ourselves to stand up for what is right, to bring about the change that's going to lead the next generation into a brighter future. As is, our next generation will not have a brighter future. They will be slaves to foreigners. And I want the younger ones out there that listening to us to understand that what they're growing up into is into a generation of slavery to foreigners. Not a generation of where they're going to be owners of things in Dominica, but they will be employees of the lowest standard within their own nation. And that is something that we must fight about.
I just saying that the employees, slaves were employees, you know. People refer to, when we talk about
Yes,
slavery,
they were forced employees, but employees nonetheless.
exactly. So when man talking like, oh boy, because they maybe have some menial job and they want to stand up for their rights, you check me, but the slaves were employees and then they revolt because they didn't have the rights. So we could have rights today, but when we come in and we're allowing people to take away our rights that was passed down to us from
blood.
You
Through
understand?
blood.
Yeah.
Through blood.
So today now, we have to remember and always keep them things in the back of our mind, that these rights, people die for those rights. You check me, that we have the ability to be able to speak out and to do certain things. You check me. It's because of them slaves that were employees that die and sacrifice and stood up. You check me. So it's through all these things that today we have this privilege, to check me, and for us to be taking, allowing people to come and take away our privileges right now is utter madness, it's craziness. We have to stand up. You check, we have to stand up, and people have to keep pumping that in the back of their mind. We have to stand up, and eventually we will stand up. You check, if you don't have the courage now, keep telling it to yourself. You have to stand up. And the day will come when you have to stand up. You check me? But you just have to keep telling it to yourself. You check? You have to stand. You check? Yeah.
You won't turn back, man. No turning back. No turning back, my people. Sometimes most of us just think of like the fear and the courage. The fear, but we have to be the fear and the thing sacrifice. You have to go into it to sacrifice. You cannot stay there, you have to go to the sacrifice. Most people let's believe well is that you're not gonna go so, you know, my boy, people, because if you watch it, we're not getting any justice by the courts, we're not getting any justice, not even by the ballots. So there's a way people we have to take it. We have to take it the way that and in all that again, the way some people might think of it, we have to take it and stand up. It's not just standing up and saying we just gonna stand up, you know. Our law books, you know, the law books of the land that giving us that right to stand up, you know. To stand up, the law book giving us the right to stand up whenever our government going overboard and corrupt and dirty like all that one is. We have to stand
It's
up.
the people that left to stand.
Yeah, man.
It's
Right
the
now,
people.
every institution of civil society has failed the people in terms of safeguarding the rights of the people. You know? So it's right now, it's up to the people. And the people have to put it in the back of their head and keep saying it to themselves that we have to stand up. We cannot allow a certain sector to just keep bullying us. Man. We have to stand up. We have to stand up.
And it don't take it much now.
Eventually, keep saying it to yourself. Just keep it in your mind. Keep saying it to yourself.
It don't take it much,
You
you know,
have
my boy.
to stand up. Just keep pounding that in the back of your head. And one day to reach in the front of your head. You check, and the day it reach in the front of your head is the day we all going to make it happen.
Until
We
we
will all
all
stand together.
You know.
We have to stand up. You have to stand up, but you have to keep pounding it in your head. You have to stand up. Yo, I'm checking. Yeah, he's fed up. He has fed up right now.
Yeah,
Couldn't take it again. You have to do something. Okay. You have to stand up, my brother. You check. Eventually, you have to stand up to the bully. You have to. You have to stand up to the bully. You check me? So keep putting that in your head. That you have to stand up. Eventually we have to stand up. Just keep it every day we have to stand up.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, we have to stand up.
how long we just gonna have a man that's bullying us like that, now, my boy? Boy, them things they know, boy, you check.
Yeah.
It's just, it's courage, you know, the fear me son
man,
them
you have
put
to
in
build
them
your
people
courage.
mind, you know, my boy, it's the fear, my boy, I can see it, you know, from time them man there and all this thing, any little thing, them man coming in a big horn,
You understand?
any little thing, them man coming
Police
in a
in
big
military.
horn, police in military, and thing, and so that have the people like,
Always
you know,
else.
all
Right,
these
not in
people
no
in a
war.
threat,
should know what
in
to
a
do now,
threat.
man.
Hey, Jake, we're not in no war. We're not in no war zone.
Hey,
Why police
it's setting
always
up to affect
military,
even
machine
they
gun, all
yourself
kind
too.
of a thing. We in Dominica coming and buzz gun on police.
Huh?
Huh?
No way, no,
We're in
boy.
Dominica here, man, coming and buzz gun on police. Police coming on you for some little petty infringement. They come in with a big M16 machine gun, pointing in your face, dressed in military clothing, you know, my brother. You check me? So what them thing putting in the back of your head for you to do?
No.
Huh?
You see as I striking back on that there, I think I don't know what you seen like how I seen it. In our time as youth man growing up, we used to see them police in the black and white, the blue and black more.
Yes.
Them days all you see is military in your eyes. That you hardly see a police in
His
the black,
uniform, yes.
in the black pants and the blue uniform, you know, brother.
Yeah.
You hardly
The
see
white
nothing, you
stripe
know, my
on the
boy.
side.
All of you see a police is in a military, you know, my
Like
boy.
it's war.
Like it's war, you know,
So
my
who they
boy.
warring against?
Who? We don't have nobody invading our shores, and I know that is the man duty to guard the borders. So that having a kind of a
Man
fear on
coming
the
and
people.
direct traffic, you see them in military.
You see what Mr. them was doing the last time there? Was putting man on roof with sleep guns, scoping and them kind of nonsense. That fear. By I don't lie.
Camouflage,
It work.
all that camouflage, you know, against a red
It
transporter.
work on the people. It
I
work
tell
on
you
the
about they more
people.
easily seen with that uniform on them.
Well,
It work on the people, yeah.
If you
The
have to
fear,
dress
man.
in tongue, you just a red shirt and stand by a red car.
them think it's a jungle environment.
Exactly.
Alright.
And the camouflage.
But it's a psychology.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you try and suppress the people.
Yeah, man.
You check me, you trying your best now to destroy the people, to keep the people mind on a certain kind of level.
War.
Where
Every
like
time they
as
see
if-
that, it's a
you
war.
understand? And not just that,
No,
you
anytime
fear
you
now
do
to stand up
nothing.
for your right.
Right.
Your own right. Them slaves die. How much years ago for? Huh? How much people die for them rights there so we could have that privilege today? People afraid and fearful to stand up for that right. Because why? When they watch, they see police in military, big machine gun, they afraid police shoot them, they afraid like it's war. You check me? But what? Keep telling yourself you have to stand.
But it's
Just keep
normal.
telling yourself, you see all that? You man, them police have to turn around. And they have to come and join.
Yeah, man, one day
They have to
eventually,
join.
the
Because
days,
they know what happened in there not right.
the days numbered, man. Yeah, man.
Just keep telling yourself that every day you must stand. I have to stand. Once you see you keep telling yourself that like
And prior you see that in your mind, it are police that saying that, one day I have to stand
yes,
as a
right.
lawman,
It's so they have to get their courage.
check.
Keep telling yourself one
Because
day.
them man know
you
what
have
are
to
going on
stand.
not right, my brother.
check me.
Plenty of them man know that.
Big up to all the viewers, people like
Plenty of
Julie
them.
Eyes, Carol Ford, and if you had Celia Gordon, Nigel Corriette, and all the others, big up, you don't know it stay. Yeah, can't give up the fight all the time, you don't know. Share the life with others. Don't know it is. Moun Séwyè, can't stop giving up.
Come on, you can't
Always
give
standing
up.
up for righteousness at all times.
This unethical nonsense that happened in Dominica.
Yeah, man, we have to stand
that
against that.
righteousness. You check. You just have to keep telling yourself that every day.
Yeah, you have to stand against that.
Yeah, man,
you have
build
to
your
stand
courage.
against that.
And then that thing again, I think that build the courage. Yeah, what I can build all the courage. And make
Every
people-
day telling you to yourself, one day, we have to stand. You check, one day we have to stand. You check me. You go into court, it's poor people, children that go in jail, my brother. So why you telling me? So you don't have to stand up against them thing. One day we have to stand.
See a
You
difference.
check one day. It's just one day taking it. Not even a day, a moment in time. Where you just have enough courage to know like yes, you're gonna bring yourself to stand up against this nonsense, this injustice, this indignity that happening in the country. That thing about man trying to destroy people's pride and destroy people as individuals. You check. You have to stand against that one. You cannot accept this kind of way of life. You check. If a man needs assistance, he's not supposed to be supporting a party for him to get assistance. You check me.
You
Them thing is
deserve it.
nonsense. You check.
Once you deserve it, you're
Yes.
supposed to get it.
You check.
That's how our country is supposed to be.
Yes, my brother.
A little country like
Check.
everybody
Watch them
know
apartment.
everybody.
You check all them apartments that giving out left, right, and center there. Labor rights alone. So you telling me labor rights alone not living in
Dominica?
Dominica? Labor rights alone not in poverty? No man, people have to stand against them things. You check? Yeah man, you have to stand up against that. And you have to keep putting that in the back of our head until the day when it reaches the front. Keep pounding it in the head. We have to stand one day, one moment, we have to stand. Yeah man, you have to get the courage. You have to stand up against too much iniquity in our land. You check? And we as a people we have to stand up against that. Because some of them people you see them going to church doing all kind of a thing, but yet still they're suppressing the people. They put in wickedness on the people. Reject me. You have to stand up against this type of people. Reject unethical people, immoral people. Reject they are the ones that driving the population into poverty. See like that hospital bill there. So I tell it, huh? So when you come, you breaking down the hospital system more again. You breaking down the health service more again. You check. Yeah, man. So when people cannot get proper health care, cannot afford proper health care, they have to stay at their home now. Sick, ill, cannot work, more poverty, because now you cannot even go out there and earn $1 because you're so sick, you might be so ill, you might be physically incapable of working. You check? And that is them things, we have to look at them things, you check? Yes, because it can reach to a point where you would not be able to care for yourself. You check? You might end up being bedridden, you don't know. You check? But it's a great possibility because when you have lack of health care, you check me, that is the type of things that have been proven to happen. You check? Just take for instance, recently we had to fly out Felix Henderson. You check me? But yet still a Prime Minister come and boast that we have a state-of-the-art
Have insurance too.
You check me?
But what people
We
have,
have a state-of-the-art hospital. How come we still flying people outside of them?
Master coupons and wooden glasses we have, we didn't like we doesn't see what that's going on in the country.
no, we just see the problem is and just like we was talking to our homeboy before he left there and we start. People finding every excuse not to participate against their own sufferation. So you have a situation where you have a man with his foot on Dominican's neck, and there are many people, right, at finding every petty excuse for them not to show their face to change the situation, you know. But they know the situation need changing. So we the people in Dominica have to, as Pyro say, we the people in Dominica have to, as Pyro say, pong it in our mind that we have to participate. We have to find a reason, because we have reasons, many reasons to participate.
Everybody in Dominica already have a reason.
To
What they need now
participate.
is their courage.
To
What
participate.
they need, their courage, my brother. And in getting that courage, you have to keep telling yourself that you need to stand. You have to stand. And the day going to come where we have to stand.
Because they know
All of
what
us have
they
to
know the
stand.
purpose of standing pride. Who can accept that, boy?
Everyone, every living body in Dominica have a reason to stand
Who
against
can
what
accept
happened.
Imagine you're talking about reason to stand. Me and told her go that our meeting on Friday, that PSU meeting on about the health vibes. So a lady say, let us go out on Monday like today. Let us strike today. So the leader of the PSU was telling the lady, but when we go out on Monday, what we going and tell people? What is the reason we striking for? And I found that to be so. I even know
The reasons too numerous to mention.
I cannot find the word right now,
The
but I
reasons
find in
too numerous.
the union man saying he cannot find a reason to tell people why the union on the road is just, to me, it's a tragedy right about now.
So how many years now since they promised them 000?
The man say, what is the reason?
I want to know how much years that is ago. And all the promises and all the this, and when things good they will give them back. When let's stabilize the economy, cut their salary, and when things good we will give it back to them. 20 how much years now and not a penny, 0 and you're still telling me they need a reason to say why we're on the streets.
No,
Those as you saying me, tell me them fellas there is Porto labor, right? Them man is Porto.
I don't know.
Concrete iron then,
When the
not
nurses,
Porto.
when the nurses and them standing up by the road at 11 and 12 o'clock in
I
the
see
night,
rain for steel column.
at 11 and 12 o'clock
still
in the night,
beam?
waiting to see if they can get a ride.
Boy.
That is not an issue.
Tola, I go the meeting your rise, and
Salary increase not an issue.
Tola, I go the meeting rise, and the man say,
Respect
the man
not an
say,
Boy, them man dirty.
the man said the same words he speak of in December when they are the meeting before the election. You could just click, copy and paste what the man say in December with what he say on Friday. The exact same thing. Oh, that's not the way. Oh, that's not the style of negotiation. Like, what negotiation strategy you employ in the last 20 years that work now?
issue. Yeah, telling you.
But it's a more important thing. We, the man on the ground, the barefoot man, the grassroots level man, have to realize it is on us to participate in our society. It is on us to deal with the matter. Because if you're looking at any traditional person that in a leadership position to say what has to be said or to say what has to be done, it's not going to come out of their mouth because they have to save face, they have to try and get their Cicero badge, they have to try and get some kind of a recommendation in life after that. So they're not going to say what we the people know have to be done. Look at it. See how much people that calling for shutting down the country or rising up. And look at how much of our leadership in the traditional leaders echoing that sentiment of the people. So if the people in general asking for leadership so they can rise, and the traditional supposed leaders in the society not listening to the people, you have to ask yourself, who those people leading for? If they're leading for the people, or if they're leading for yourself to get opportunities.
Yep, good question, my brother.
Because that is what I'm seeing, is these people leading for their opportunities rather for people. And it's us, the poor man, to make a stand. We have to make a stand. It's for the college students. The other day I go by the college. It's for the college students to see the state of the building and make a stand for themselves. In the 70s, SMA students was in the streets. Why you tell me big students in the state college can't even stand up for the building? But I tell you, adults in the college cannot stand up for better learning environment. And when you look at it around the world, look at that young lady that for climate change. A young lady, Greta, whatever, from Sweden. So what our young people watching our country demise, watching their future demise, and think like all of us going to run overseas and their future is based on overseas? No. We have a country and we have to fight for it. We as Dominicans didn't fight for independence. We were just given independence. We have a new independence to fight for in Dominicans. Is the fight against the present administration to liberate our people into prosperity.
So 2020, we still going overseas for everything.
Everything.
A good school, a good hospital.
Everything.
Yeah, bro.
We can't go overseas.
What you aspiring to be?
Nothing at the
What's your
present
aspiration,
moment.
my brother?
Colonel, to drink a beer, you have to go
What
overseas.
we really achieve?
We're not achieving nothing. We're not achieving nothing in Dominica. And if our achievement is apartment buildings, then what is that have to say? So that we're going to show people from somebody from Lucia going to come down and ask you what the government achieved. Oh, apartments. So some of these Lucian man ask you, where the work he giving all you to do? And you're just going to open your hand.
That's why if that crowd festival this year and with a young lady and it's an apartment to bring her, she's in troops. I tell you, she's in troops. Where you bring
security is the most assaultive.
because in her area, she know what that is.
Right now, it has hurt me so much when I see like mothers and fathers that were, security were bat on your side, security watchman thing, my brother. And that is the job most people have. Man, I see
No
in
gain
the
for
factory,
no.
in the gardens, they were bat working security now. What bombo clad is that now? I hate that way seeing some young man that have potential to be deadly athlete. They have no choice by law to the security battle. So your youths, your elders, like everybody, like
have employment that have no progress.
yeah.
Zero progress employment.
Doing something that you do. The reason you do it because you have got a choice. That's all that is available. What else is available, my brother?
Honorable men and women has failed us.
But I want to say, Maggie, the youths of today have to stop sitting down on the sidelines and pretending that these things have nothing to do with them. That somehow, just like when they was little boy, their mother go carry them back to school for them. It don't. Huh?
Them man, the Labour Party is minority. The Labour Party dependent.
We know that.
Hold on, check. The Labour Party dependent on overseas voters. All now, so you're telling me, my brother.
Right. Stop worrying, not just overseas voters. The dead voters.
Yes, but that's what I tell you.
How many
So
times-
all know they minority.
Yeah.
You
Them
check.
man are majority.
The majority of people in Dominica presently
It's the
know.
opposition.
So then how comes the opposition sit down and just
them
take
man
in
don't
charge
take in charge
and
now,
do
my
something
boy.
about that?
Why just the
No,
same
no,
thing
the
I was
leaders,
saying.
my boy.
The traditional
So
leaders.
people now have to
The
step it
leaders.
up.
Yeah, the
But
leaders.
that's what we doing.
That is what I'm
But we the
saying.
people have to
We.
step it up. That's why people have to pong it in their mind. Just know in the back of your head that eventually you're going to do something. And eventually you're going to stand. Keep ponging it in the back of your head. You know.
Time is going to come.
Because
when you
right
have
now,
to
we in
rise
the
up.
majority. We that are against that nonsense, we in the majority.
I
So
just
why
think-
we
Cannot
have to be-
overcome that.
That is exactly what slavery was on Byro. That's what slavery was. So we still,
No boy,
Cannot.
keep ponging that in your head,
we
my
still
brother.
so
You
we are in
see?
slavery days
Keep
still.
ponging it in your head.
That one is happening in
Yeah.
slavery. The slaves, how much slave and a few man that is the master and the master and them. And they making you believe like they controlling you and they stronger than you. And you don't even
Byro.
realizing that if you all of you gang up on them, they have to run for their
People
life.
have to find their reason to participate. You understand? I can give them a reason. We have no opportunity and we have no future. Our children in despair, our communities in degradation. It have many reasons. But we must use those reasons to motivate our participation. We cannot use fear to motivate us to lose our future. So I will say it again, Pyro. A lot of the young ones out there, 18, 19, that sit down there and believe like that is the life of their mother, carrying their backpack to school. No. Right now they have to carry their load, and their load is to participate in their future. And they have to get up from the blocks, stop smoke weed on the block, and when the time comes, they have to show up. They have to participate for their own future. Those construction sites with NH and Argos, they are not employing them. When somebody call a protest on a construction site, what they're going to do, sit down on the side of the road and say that had nothing to do with them, or pretend it had nothing to do with them. We need to stop pretending in Dominica.
One important factor, I don't know if ghetto man and youth man not seeing it. The reason for family success in Dominica, because granny left something for mommy, or mommy left something for us. Look at your parents, Gassa, and
What
think,
they gonna
what
leave for
are they
you?
going to leave for
Boy.
you, Gassa? And that's the problem. People
What
that
else?
are okay now because something was left
Yeah.
for them.
You have a piece of
Look
land,
at
you
your
have a
parents,
son, you have
boy.
a
When you say spend all
business.
your money in a drink coffee,
Use all
will
your
you live in the
all
money
your
for?
savings. Will you live in when you
You
die?
say something
Of
to that
course.
nature and spend all the money, will you live in it for?
Look at the trend. Look at what's happening. Look to see we getting better, we getting worse, brothers. I don't understand.
But we have to take a stand, my brother. No fear.
People
bro.
have to keep putting it in
Yeah,
their
man. And that's why we there, you know.
I'll be better when you
Time after
You just
time,
have to know in your head.
trying to build the courage in the people to make them understand.
It's
Like,
courage,
yo, you have. Nobody going to do for it. Don't wait for FBI to come and for them to.
Them fellas do a
And
lot
just
of
how
things.
you know how long you gonna sit there just waiting for that for people to come and do anything for you?
Don't wait for Corbett. Corbett
It's not gonna happen.
Corbett finding reasons,
It will
bending
never
over
happen.
backwards
It will
for
never
him
happen.
not to investigate. It's not Mackelson Ferro that going to find the courage to investigate and bring. Nobody not going and do it except for
Well,
us.
them man are true, G's.
That is exactly
That's
what they
we
are.
know that already.
But of course
Them
we know
man
that.
is field, them man are true, G's. Them man is people that head in the field system.
You have an auditor government had not yet audit government in how long he's part of it. All them man is part of it.
Them man head in the field institution.
Fail.
No, not
Of
there.
the system.
No, take that back.
Reject me.
Them man is the failures that head in strong institutions, not the institutions that is failures. Them people.
That's what I tell you.
I understand
Them
what you
man
say,
head
you know.
in the field institution.
No, but now I tell you,
because it's
Pyro.
they.
Yeah, you say the same
You
thing.
say the same thing, but I
you
want to
make-
say it
Yeah,
a little
direct,
different.
yeah.
It is
Yeah,
they
same thing, yeah.
are the failures
yeah.
of
Always
our
say the same thing.
institutions.
Yeah.
It's not our institutions that is failures, you know. Those guys are the failures
Yeah.
of every
Because our institution have its
institution.
structure. that if you put the right people in
You
position,
put
successful.
you put three ridiculous commissioners of police there.
Yes.
You destroy the police
Exactly.
station.
You put the right
Those
people there.
guys are the failures of our institution. I don't
Yes,
have to
sir.
say anything of Pyro. I understand how Pyro saying it.
Yeah.
I respect how Pyro saying it. But those guys are the failures of our institution. Say, for example, the minister of the office of prime minister. The man is who that has. It's not the office of prime minister that failed. It's the man that has failed the office of prime minister to where it is, and that is our problem. Them man that's failing every aspect
Mismanagement,
of
damage,
every
carnage.
everywhere they put a man.
Yeah.
He's a stooge. Michelson Ferrod
Yeah.
stooge, audit stooge, head of hospital stooge, commissioner of this stooge, head of that board stooge, department
Manager of
national bank stooge, department aid bank stooge. Because only stooges that can give the prime minister how much millions of dollars without it going through parliament,
And only-
breaking the law. It's only stooges that can do foolishness like that. It's not our institutions. It's those idiots they put in there. Because those institutions was running good here all the time until Mr. and the man come with their stupidity.
The institutions have it part in it, because if the institution is what that allow them to get away with the shit they're doing, you check me.
The institution headed by men. And
Not just
is
headed
me-
by men. You check me. Everything have it loophole. You check. And if the evolution of the institutions not developing means and ways of fixing those loopholes, then the institution in itself is a failure. You check. And that is what I'm talking about. It's not just man, you know, my brother. You check. Even the structure of the institution in itself. Why you think we need the system always have to be reformed? You check me? It's because there is loopholes in the system, and there will always be loopholes. But as man evolving, so society in itself evolving. You check? It's just like when them man come and they trying to tell you, oh, that same electoral system allow how many other prime ministers to be elected and so on. You check? But this system still have it loopholes. It still have all it nonsense. You check me? And if you don't fix them things, that is why it have reform. That is why you need to reform the electoral system.
Yes,
You check
Pyro,
me?
I understand that, you know.
The men that head in those institutions, what they do, they take those loopholes and they manipulate it against the people. You check? Plus they still break the law in certain things.
Henceforth is the
You
men
check me?
at failed institutions, Pyro, because it's they that have to do
Yeah,
it.
it's both for them. It's not just the institution, it's
institution
not just the
just
men.
appears.
It's both for them.
Men that
You
runs
check?
institution, Pyro, men. And when once men do acting right, any institution will fail. The institution just rules
But
and
with the institution is a creation of man.
good.
Well,
So is man.
It's not just man. Because society in itself supposed to stand up against them thing. You check me?
Right. Science.
Where the civil society is supposed to stand up against them thing. People supposed to stand up against them thing.
What is civil society now?
I mean what is civil society is
The professionals.
No.
It's
You look well answer. Once you're a member of the society, all institutions,
So why
all
we are the
people in
concept
it.
civil society seems to be a certain group of people in Dominica.
Yeah, like
It's
civil
a certain
servants, like
group.
you have civil servants.
Who tell
and
you
you
that?
have-
But Pyro, in Dominica, there's a strong concept in the people's mind that civil society is a certain group of people or type of standard group of people in the society. Like you, Pyro, need to elevate yourself into civil society, or right, you, Maggie, have to elevate yourself into civil society, and Maggie not a member of.
Because they feel like they have the voice. But if the people speak it.
But most of the people.
No, yeah, girl telling you, it come down to the same thing, participation.
So when they invite you,
Check.
they invite the civil society. They
No, it's
feel
civil.
like these are the people that
Civil
run shit.
society not participating in what is ours.
It's ours,
We not
and that is it.
participating
We
in
not
what is
talking.
ours. You check.
We
So
up
you
to certain
must.
step.
So when them man feel like they so embracing in what
long.
they doing
Yeah.
there now, it's like nobody can speak to them again.
And they believe it's theirs
Check.
now.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they running it like it's theirs. You
That's
check.
exactly
You just hear that
punch.
them man talking. If you listen to them man
Yeah,
talk, it's
man.
like as if
They
they
own the
there,
place.
See, no, them around in the country.
Yeah, man, own the place, my brother. Also, working, my brother. A job you're asking for every 5 years.
The man estate is motherly for him, man.
Estate alone.
Yeah.
And if you don't
So
do
the
it,
man
anyway, I
run
know
down to
anytime you're not doing your job properly, boy, you get fired, boy. Because you're cooling the place, the business. The business is not making money.
Well, right now, you
But
see that
they
guy
don't
we
know
hired
enough
there, we
people.
need to fire him,
They
man.
continue to pay,
Fire alone.
and
Yeah,
then
they need to fire him.
and then boom.
Not just fire.
Because
And
the
if
business
if-
cannot.
If he's the manager of a or if you
Fire
put the
too.
manager establishment and you siphon in the money now, you pay
Yeah.
the board of directors
Yeah.
to vote in at the end of the annual general meeting.
Is that
That's exactly
corruption?
what we have.
Yeah,
No,
well,
but that's a corruption.
yeah.
That's it.
But of course, is that
That, that in a
you take it
nutshell
further, you pay
is
members
what
to vote
Dominica
for
is
you.
about.
It's the same as that.
That's corruption. That's bribery, yeah.
One thing I know, people just have a
corruption.
negative thing about politics and
But
saying
now,
certain
if people are
things.
cashing this side tomorrow, we
Yeah.
are coming work for it.
Yeah.
Finishing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. The business.
Yeah,
So we speak now.
yeah.
Someone
And
has
that
to
we
listen.
don't understanding. That they don't understanding that
That
they
was
as the
Facebook I
employees.
see with them with black people burning down so and them white man playing monopoly and they're back. And they said all you have to do is stand up
Stand up,
and the
yeah.
game is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stand up and the
Yeah,
game
and that's what it is, my brother.
And that is what people have
And
to
man,
get in
people
their
people
mind.
have, and now they're living in fear, but you see they're using fear. Come on, afraid they lose their job. They afraid this, they afraid. You afraid what, my brother? So you rather
Right
stay,
now in Dominica.
you rather stay in
Yeah,
fear.
well, even us causing that because like after Maria I still and what's his name? Esteban had a show there talking about the workers from what they call them from help me out now. The call center that was asking for money for their
Yeah.
electricity
Yeah.
and for their internet.
Yeah.
And there are Dominicans pressing them down, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be well happy.
Yeah.
All you have a job, all you can
Yeah.
take.
Job.
You see that demand?
Yeah, you're correct.
That's the magie, you know.
That is the bullshit right
And
there.
after Maria, they asking you to come and clean
Say praise
because,
God. Yeah.
because you have a job. And Dominican say, oh, you should be well happy to go and
Happy,
clean.
yeah,
nah,
my
you don't
brother.
want to clean, my brother.
You have
Yeah.
your place to clean, you want.
You have cleaners and have them
Yeah,
clean.
man, of course.
And not because you give me a job
And
at
you should
ball.
like-
You need me just like I need you. We work
People
together
have
and
to take
that-
Yeah, man,
the
take
same bully
advantage, yeah.
concept, you know,
and that
take
bully
advantage.
concept of to
I
change
don't work
something
if me no
like
rasta.
that. in a workplace, you have to shut
I don't,
up.
ça pas marcher.
Nah, that's
Ça pas
wrong,
marcher
boy.
là où ça va. Don't work if me no.
That's it.
I tell you straight. I stayed hungry. I stayed in my
Make you
kite pool.
unhappy in your country,
I-
unhappy in
you're
your
mad,
workplace.
man.
Yeah, so.
You don't gonna try and play, for me to have to bow to you to get things for me
And
to
that
play
is it.
heavy. And you in control of me. Boy, you mad.
And
Yeah,
all girls
control of
say,
me.
when you go there, hush them out, you know.
Yeah, man.
When you go there, hush them out. Because you get
Pass him and Salah. You're a mad person, man. I tell you, I never live like that all my life. Not so. I never know myself so. So not no more living it. You mad, man.
And if you're feeling so in your heart, there's something wrong, boy. Stand up against
I
it.
stand
So
up.
we-
I
You
stand
cannot
up.
speak.
I stand up when I see things like that happening to other people, not
Yeah,
even
man.
me.
Stand up for
And I decide I have to stand up for them people because I cannot see people doing people that, my brother. Not even fearing that if I get fired, like if I get fired, so what, my brother? But bullshit you doing there, everyone stand up there and say, boy, if I talk, they go fire me too. But you mad man, who's that? What? But I don't even have a second after for, I don't even a thought in my mind. I'm just telling you straight. My brother, rubbish you doing there. You can't give the man that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? You can't underpay the man like that, my brother. The man value his work is worth more than that. And if you want, you can fire me, but that's bullshit. You check me, people cannot do them thing there. They afraid, they don't want to talk.
And happen in the workplace, they see it happen and they just quiet because they finding they want it themselves and at the level they put man on. You just see them things in your workplace and just hush.
Me, I not know no program in me Rasta. No, I not know if I have to live like a robot, like a program man, what people tell me to have to do because they
Some people only thinking of themselves.
beside
No, that is what happened in the
But
world.
what about when it come on your doorstep tomorrow? You're going to need another brother
And
to
that's why you
help
put us to
you.
think, we
Check, we're not
individualize.
individual.
Yeah.
It's when we come together. What people have to realize is when we come together, we can solve all our problems, my boy. That's the only time we can
That's
overcome
man.
it.
The people have to keep ponging in their head.
Yeah.
We have to come together as
Eventually,
one to get the things
You're
done.
going to stand, you check. Or whether eventually you're going to stand, you check me. That is what people have to pong in their head. Eventually,
Stop
I'm
fighting
going
on
to
each other.
stand up against the wrong that is being done in my nation. And people have to put that in
We don't
their
see the
head,
place
they
around
check
us
me.
now, boy.
Hey, brother.
See the place around us now, boy.
Eventually,
Man. Blaming it on hurricane and this
we
and that.
understand, you have to
But the
stand
place
to
around
check.
us can be lot better than that.
Well,
There's
look at the little bit of
resources,
people that in the country.
funds available to elevate the place and resources available. We have people, the human resource on them that are capable of making the place peace, develop, my brother. And them man going counterproductive to that, right opposite of that.
You know, if we had 100,000 people living in Dominica, we would have more problems, more crime, more problems, and we have 100,000 people there,
But
they're
not
like
necessarily.
accepting that they're like that. Living in the
Nice, what
country
you
there
are
right
saying.
now.
Yeah, but if you had 100,000 people,
Yeah.
the resolution would be accepting that.
No, they're saying if they're saying like if we had 100,000 people living in Dominica right now and sitting down and accepting that like all the people are there, they're accepting that. Right? No, I just join a reference, you know, brother. So I just say
We
no.
have more people.
That we don't have that side.
No, what they coming to see? No, what they
I
coming
saw
to
what
see?
you
Just
are saying.
enough money, but what they join and dealing.
What all I saying, plus we getting a little bit about we are there. Just imagine if we had more.
And we have that little bit of
Thinking the same
people.
way.
And we have that little
Oh,
bit of
the pressure.
people
If
just
it
to
had more
manage.